Anyone notice what's weird about the homework assignments this week? There's 2 days for them to get done. Because they're bigger. There are more questions. So in your plan book, if you write 431, you can use the little ditto marks. Apparently some of us don't know about these, and I love the ditto marks. So if you're filling in your plan book, and I have a ton of stuff written over on the other side of my plan book, but if you write 431 in Monday, you can do ditto in the next one, or you could just write 431 again. So then 432 for Wednesday, and you could ditto. And we're probably going to have a quiz on Friday. I'll likely give you the next homework, but you'll have 2 days to do that one as well. So our goal today is to get to a Desmos activity. We actually have 2 Desmos activities, one about frozen yogurt, which I'm loving, and then another called Robot Click Battle, which I bet would surprise you, that you might be able to click faster than a robot. I don't know, maybe. How fast do you think a robot could click? So, before we do all of that, we're checking our homework. And if our homework's not done, I'll see you at math lunch. Right? Especially if 423 is not done. Because, guys, that was from the Friday, way before break. 423 should definitely be done. If it's not, you're coming to math lunch with me. Check 51. A lot of us didn't actually read the question correctly. This is my wrong binder. 51 is asking us for the cost per student as the number of students changes. And guys, when you take a bus on a trip, you got to pay for it. So when we're filling in this table, like in this, it doesn't actually show the answer key like a table, so that's kind of stinky that they don't show it like a table. But they have the answers right here. If there were 10 kids, what we would do to fill in our table right here is 350 divided by 10. Each kid would be responsible for $35. But if there are more kids, what happens to the price that each kid has to pay if there are more kids going? Har? Yeah, they'll pay less because there's more kids. So then when I do 350 divided by 15, we get, what, $23.33? And then the rest of the table, too, we do 350 divided by 20. And 350 divided by 35. What's that going to be? And just $10 per kid. Questions on 423. Things that you want me to go over. Aiden? 52? Yeah, the Fahrenheit Celsius one. I figured people would ask about that. So if you have not done this, you are welcome to do it with me, but you are not welcome to be copying the answer key. You can do problems with me, but we are not copying the answer key. We'll come to math lunch and get help. Right? Paige traveled to Australia, is making her favorite bread recipe. She usually bakes the bread in an oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to highlight that because that seems important. It's a number. She is surprised to learn the oven temperatures in Australia are measured in Celsius and a lot of the world. So we got to convert this temperature. They give us the formula. What we have to do is apply the formula. So we're going to substitute the Fahrenheit temperature in. Guys, if you just have C equals a number, I call malarkey. I need to see some work written out. So here's your warning. If you didn't write out work, do it now. Celsius would equal 5 times we plug in the 350, where the F was, minus 32. Anyone know why we take away the 32, where that difference is between Fahrenheit and Celsius? What's the freezing temperature for Fahrenheit? 32. What's the freezing temperature for Celsius? 0. That's where the 32 degree difference comes from, is that freezing point. And then it's all divided by 9. Order of operations, though, tells me what do I have to do first? the parentheses. So we'll do 350 minus 32. Then we can multiply times 5, and then we can divide. That's how we get to our, like, 177 if we round. And you got to label it, degrees Celsius. Wow, my pencil does not want to work today. Just wants to break. Questions on how we did that. We substituted the 350 in, and then we followed the order of operations to solve. Let's go back to the answer key then. So they kept the repeating decimal. You can round if you want. It's an oven. I doubt you're going to set it to 0.6 repeating degrees. I just really don't think your oven's going to have that setting. So you'd probably type in 177. Other questions? Guys, if you're just copying down answers, you're going to get check minuses. Like, it's already happened to a bunch of you, and then you get the invitation to math lunch, and it would just be quicker to ask about it right now. If you don't know how to do something, now if you didn't have time, that's different. But if you don't know how to do a problem, ask. You're not alone. I guarantee half the class is thinking the same thing as you. What else don't you know how to solve? All right, so moving on to 424, because we shouldn't need a bunch of time to copy answers. This was from Jenga, guys. So it turned into our homework after Jenga, and then I was crazy and I thought I was going to collect homework the day of before break, and that did not happen because I didn't have any chance to do it. You might not have this one done yet. You should, but if you don't, like, use AO, use extensions, whatever. Try to get it in by the end of the day. I might give you through tomorrow, but if I give you guys extra time, I'm going to give Math 8 extra time too to keep things fair. What questions here don't we know how to solve? What do you need help on? We did a lot of these together through Jenga. I'm trying to brainwash you to do your homework together. In like 62, there should be some sort of work written out of things like kind of split apart, how you calculated it. If we just have an answer, I call malarkey. In 61, guys, this is a typo. If you didn't figure that out by checking the book or checking the ebook, that shouldn't make sense. In 34 of a minute, that doesn't make sense. Like, that is grammatically not right. You should have been questioning, like, what the heck, is this a typo? That should have been 3/4. How long is 3/4 of a minute if we want to talk in seconds? Well, how long is a whole minute? 60 seconds. How long would 3/4 of a minute be? 45 seconds. So guys, if you haven't done this question yet, this is 45 seconds. You're going to need a calculator to solve that, but we should still write down work. Centimeters per second. It's our centimeters divided by our number of seconds. Centimeters per second. All right, back to the answer key to see what we need help with. Guys, again, if you're just copying answers, like, I can see you, right? This is not like a game of peekaboo. I know who you are. I can see you. Ask questions. I think we did one of the brick ones together. Questions? Questions? In the last problem, that's not that crazy. For a fourth of your paycheck to disappear, what that problem talks about, that's not that crazy. More than a fourth of mine disappears. I'll see some some of that when I retire, but... Yes, John? Yeah, it was supposed to be 210. Anytime that happens, guys, you can check the ebook, you can check the actual book, or you can come ask me. It just chopped it off in the copy machine. It's okay if you don't have the answer for C, but a fourth of 210 would be $52.50. So if those are done, you need to turn those in and then pick up algebra tiles. Ba-boom and boom. Those white boxes have bags of plastic algebra tiles in them. Pick up those and get your 431 worksheet. So your worksheet's up here. You're essentially going to trade me worksheets. Hey, so you should be turning in two things. 423 and 424. If you already, you're special. There's only 3 of you that did that. You should be turning in 2 things. Together would make me the happiest, but... you can share algebra tiles, you can have your own, but what you get out, you have to put away. What you get out, you have to put away. What do we always need? Graph paper! Oh, I'm so happy to be back in school again. The last couple of years were so screwy, I couldn't yell at kids and say, what do we need? They were like little boxes on the computer, and or when we finally got them back, they were just not in habits. Guys, I don't know if you took some time to kind of appreciate things over the past few days with, Thanksgiving and whatever. But if you think about it, when did we come back to school last year? A lot of you can't even remember. It's it feels so long ago. When did we come back to school? Well, so that's a complicated question, right? When we came back half-time, when we came back full-time, but last year at this time, we were not together in school daily, right? Even if we were together, some of us were coming, we were blue-green and the crazy schedule and who the heck is going to come when and who's online. And the guys I'm real happy to have you at school, but we are entering the 3-week kind of sprint to winter break. You cannot let up on the gas pedal. Okay, you cannot slack off on your homework. Do not tell yourself, oh, I got 2 days to do this homework, I'll do it tomorrow. You will not get it done. It's 10 questions. That's why I'm giving you 2 days to do it. So today's class is going to be not super intense, but I need you to do what we do. Okay, so if we do something, do it with us. Get out one of every blue tile that you can find in your bag. The backs are red, but get out all the blues. If you get out purples as well, it's okay. We're not going to mess with the... Go ahead and get out the green one if you want. I guess you can get them all out. Get out one of every type of tile, I guess. If you want to, I guess. I might as well not keep anything secret. Every size and color will, here, I'll show you up on my screen what you're looking for. I found a green, a purple, a blue, another purple, kind of like a navy. I think, how many different types do you think there are? Hey, please try not to drop them. The purple tiles disappear on this carpet. We might have to turn on the bright lights at the end of class. Oh no, the bright lights. Now, I have a really complicated task for you. Sort these by color. I was being sarcastic. Sorry, it is not very complicated. What color has no friends? Green, oh man. Green got no friends. All right. At the top of our graph paper. At the top of our graph paper. Let's go ahead and put 4.3.1 because that's today. 4.3.1. Well, today is actually November 29th, but. And today's lesson is all about like terms. If I say I got one square and another square, like terms, 4.3.1 like terms. If I say I got one square and another square, can I just say 1 plus 1 and say, hey, I got 2? Like, what? So, Layla, you just said, no, I can't, like, just put these together and say I got 2. Why? Aiden? The smaller one builds up the bigger one? Maybe. Sure. Hey, guys, one of the things I'm trying to recenter myself on is, like, trying to get some input from everyone during a class, or as many people as possible. So when we start lessons, I'm probably going to go through cards and just say, like, hey, tell me something. What do you notice? Whatever. You can always pass, but I want you to try to, like, one of them is green, right? Like, that's fine. Like, saying something even just like that. It doesn't have to be super mathy. So, Vanessa, can you tell me anything you notice when we look at all our tiles? You can look at, like, similarities or differences. This purple and this blue? Yeah, they're... Hey, so who noticed that this purple and this blue are almost the same size? And actually, if I line them up like this, they have an end that is the same size. Nice, thank you, Vanessa. Jesus, what do you notice? Different colors, different sizes. Give me one more different. Shape, right? This is a what? A square. Whereas this is a, and this is a, ooh. So I got square, square. What is this? The little navy dude. That's a square also, right? The little navy dude. I think it's a square. Layla Davis, give me something you notice. The shapes are on a piece of paper. All right, I think at that point, we should make that true. Trace these. Grab your pencil and now, I'm going to trace with my colors together. So I'm going to go like my blues, then my navies, and then like my purples and probably my green last. Trace all these on your paper. You can try to make them look pretty if you want. I don't care if they look pretty, though. Just trace them on your paper. Since Layla said these are on the paper, let's make that true. Square. And its friend, rectangle. Here, while we're working, I'll make some ambiance. I don't know, add ambiance. You got it, John. Whoa, calling him a baby doesn't help anything. Anyone notice anything about the rectangular navy tile? It's like broken up into parts. Somebody just said squares. Wait, the navy one and the small one? No, they don't. They're longer. All right, I'm going to go ahead and clue you into something. This little navy guy is 1. So if you want to go ahead and label that little navy guy as 1. See what else you can figure out if you know that that guy's 1, but keep tracing. Hey guys, remember that open notes test we had like a couple weeks back? Probability would dictate that that's probably going to happen again. What? You don't want to use your notes? I was about to say, I don't think that's a bad thing. So, take decent notes, right? Here's your reminder, take decent notes. We had an open notes test once. I like how Farah was like the only person. She's like, wait, guys, this is good. By the way, I need you guys to get mastered because I'm going to Mexico. I won't be here for Discovery Day. Yeah, actually. My wife's sister is getting married. Alright, so it is okay if these are not beautiful. It is perfectly fine. I am not an artist. My sister stole those skills. But what I'm going to tell you is that this one tile actually is pretty friendly with a few of these tiles. Can you find other edges that are one, that have the same size as this guy? I think the aqua blue and the navy blue line up on their short ends, or on the short end of the aqua blue. So guys, on the short end of the aqua tile, let's go ahead and label that 1. The short end of the aqua tile is 1. I think the tiles that were all broken up, anyone figure out what these are? Here, I'll go back to my cards. Antonella, can you make a guess of what this like broken up tile actually is? How many ones? Yeah, so this is really a 5 tile because it's 1 with a length of 5, right, from here over to here. Or I could label each of these as 1, another one, another one, another one. Not a very good way to count your money. Another one, another one, another one.
I hate when that happens. You have like 100 ones.
Now, challenge. How long is the aqua blue tile, but you can only use the navy tile? It's not 4. I know, that's why we're talking while you're still working. It's not 3.5. Now, hold on. I unfortunately misplaced it in the move, but a previous student made me what we nicknamed our flexible X. This is actually stretchy. If you can imagine with me, this end that is 1 has to stay 1, but if I pull on this, my X, oh, he just said the name. This is what we're going to call our X tile, because what we're going to say is that this length, we don't know what it is. We're going to call it X. But if it's 1 wide, what's X times 1? Just X, right? Because 1 times any, 1X, right? We can call it 1X. So our area of this tile, if you want to make a little note over here, our area is X. But actually our perimeter around, guys, we're going to have a lot of area and perimeter questions coming up on the homework. The perimeter, we'd have X, 1, another X, and another 1. Aiden? 2 + 2X. Yeah. either 2 plus 2x, or we could say 2x plus 2. But if we take a walk around the whole thing, talk with your team. What do you think this tile is going to be called? What's its area and perimeter? It can't be x if we just called the other one x. So guys, look at this tile, right? How long is the bottom side of that tile? X, right? We said we don't know how long this is. Guys, any of you speaking in numbers right now? We don't know what this is. So wait, the bottom of it's x. How long is the left side of it? What would x times x give me? Ooh, it's not 2x. X squared. So our aqua blue tile, we're going to call x squared, because it's a length of x and a width of x. But then if I walk all the way around it, what would the perimeter be? 4x. If I tell you that the purple tile is y, can you name the rest of these? If I tell you that the purple rectangle, I should be specific, the purple rectangle is y, can your team name the rest of them? And guys, we mainly just start with x's right now, but I went ahead and let you pull out the purples and the greens just because. Ooh, I should go back and clarify. You can't have two different x's. This is why it's dangerous to work in pen. So this is x squared. Here, I'll move my page back up. All right, let's step it back. I got some confused people. Let's step it back. All we really care about, guys, right now is the aqua tiles. If you don't have purple traced, if you don't have the green traced, that's fine. What I care about you having is this top part of the paper. Not the itty bitty baby square, but the aqua square, we're going to call x squared because it is x by x. The aqua rectangle, so I'm calling this aqua because there's like two different blues. So the aqua rectangle is x. So here, I'll deface my school supplies. Not maybe deface, but x squared. And this guy is x. If you care, now you don't have to right now. If this is x squared, is this the same size? No, so we cannot call it the same thing. What's another variable we use? Y. So we would call this square the y squared. The little rectangle is our y, because it's just y by 1. Anyone want to make a guess of what the green tile is going to end up called? Check it. If this lines up here, actually I might probably better use these. If this length is x and this length is y. Ooh, xy. Because it's going to be x times y. We don't really care about the purple and green right now. We mainly care about the aqua tiles. All right, so as long as you have what's on the top of my paper copied down, you are good to go. Good to go. Questions on the aqua tiles? So here is kind of like your cheat sheet. Right here. The blue tile is x squared. Now, I'm surprised somebody hasn't like done the 7th grade thing and be like, you mean the red tile? Because they're all red on the back. So the fact that they're all red on the back, what do we think that means? Or what does it say up here? It's the negative. It's the opposite. Now, here's the problem. Is your textbook in color? No. So when we start using CPM, like in the textbook or on your worksheets, we need to indicate on our notes blue versus red, which we're not taking notes in color either, are we? So when it's shaded in, so you guys off to the side or wherever, you can make yourself a little note. My pencil's not working well today. When it's shaded in, trace one of them, or just make a little square. When it's shaded, shaded is positive. When it's empty, no, that wasn't very good. What do you think empty means? Negative, because it's missing. It's like missing space. It's like somebody cut a piece out of something. So the open actually means negative. So when you're looking at stuff in color, blue is positive, or really anything not red is positive. Red is negative. But on the, like in the textbook or on your worksheets, shaded is positive, open is negative. Questions? All right, so now the reason I said like a book might be useful, pull out these, pull out these tiles. So you might need to work with each other to count and figure out. Pull out these and then sort them. Pull out these tiles and then sort them. So all of these are shaded in, so they're all going to be positive. None of these are red. Might need to work with each other. All of these are going to be the aqua tiles or the one tiles or the navy tiles. Notice how the 5 tile, they show that it's a 5 tile by showing the lines across it. All right, so I'm trying to make mine look exactly like what they have. It's like literally I laid mine out like theirs. This is what you should have. Now, guys, if you're anything like me, and like most of you probably aren't because my brain's wired a little weird. Ever play with Legos and you're sort of like, well, these Legos go with these Legos and those Legos go with those Legos, and if I had enough containers, I could sort all of, like, you ever walk into a Lego store and you're just like, oh, the organization, the color coding, the brick separation, like, the organized Lego store is like my happy place. Let's fix these, right? Let's organize these in the way that makes us happier. Right? I can probably put all, careful if they flip over. We don't want them to flip over. So this is nicer. Now, guys, trap door. Use the 9 years of students ahead of you that I messed up teaching. Let their tears and like mistakes guide you to a better place, okay? Give me your eyes up here for a second. These tiles, they're friends. Like they get along, but they can't actually go together. They look like they might, right? This lines up really nicely. I could build like a border around it. But guys, this is a what kind of shape? Square. And is this a square? No, it's a rectangle. So, guys, if we try to count what we have here, go ahead and on your paper write down what you think we have here in total, but I don't think it's going to be just a single number, right? Like, I don't think we can put all of these together. So talk with your team real quick. What do we have in front of us? So we might need to wait to do that later, or we're doing what we're doing in the lesson. You're getting too artsy, Antonella. We got to do what we're doing together, right? So you don't have to trace all these down. Just write down what we have, right? We don't have to trace these. Just what do we got? How many x squareds do we have? 1. How many x's do we have? 6. If my pencil would work today. How many, like, countable, we actually call these one tiles, even though this is 5 of them, like, glued together. How many one tiles do we have? 8. So 5 here, 6, 7, 8. Right, so these count as one tiles. They're like 5 glued together just to make our life easier. You guys weren't even going to catch me on that one. It's too long of a break. The 5 tiles just to make our life easier. So guys, here's the deal. This x squared plus 6x plus 8, that is simplified. We cannot put anything else together. Now, this is when most students try to say, well, how many x's does it take to make an x squared? Right? So if I try to line up x's on top, 1, 2, go ahead and try this on your own if you want. 3, crap, 3 is not enough. 4, wait a minute. Guys, is this actually how big this is? No, this can stretch, right? You got to use your imagination. I know. You're all like, oh, my little brother imagines. No, use your imagination, right? Never, well, first off, if I really have my way, never grow up, honestly. Like, keep some of that inner child. I watched the Santa Claus last night, and I love when he says, you're just denying your inner child, Neil. Go watch the Santa Claus. It's a great movie. But this is not this length. It's whatever length you want it to be. So whatever x is, that changes how big this is. Guys, stacking these on top doesn't work like that. It's worthless. There's no way to get a certain number of these to equal. It doesn't work. These don't get along. They're like people that say hi in the hallway, but like they don't hang out on the weekends. They're like, no, they don't go together. So the x squareds have their own party, the x's have their own party, and the things that we can count have their own party. So let's try another one of these. We got a couple minutes left. In A, ignore what's down here. You do not have to get these out if you do not want to, but with your team, count up. What do we got there? Sorry, I have another version of this. This one's really blurry. Where'd it go? Yeah, here you go. This is a little bit easier to see. What would you like me to do? What would you like me to do to make this easier? Sort them, right? Organize them. Move those. I can move things around however I want. You guys see how the 5 groups make our life easier now? How many x squareds? 3. So we would write down 3x squared plus, how many x's? 6 of them. Plus 18. Is this making a little bit of sense? Okay. We obviously didn't get to the Desmos. That's fine. My calendar is written in pencil. Can you please put the tiles back in the bag? I don't need these again until like 3 o'clock this afternoon. So we made it to 72, barely. Let's do this. Yeah, and then like people are already showing, go ahead and bring those up front, please. Here's the deal. Get your math binder out. I'm going to give you 4, 3, 2. Actually, if you want to help me pass these out, Miss Martin. Except it's 2 pages. Here's what's up. A lot of you will come to me with questions, and I kind of chuckle, and I say, oh, that's in your notes. On the front of 432 is a giant section of notes. That is not your homework. It is notes about, what's this say? Combine, you can't see that. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my thing off here. So, when you are looking at a problem talking about like terms, go to this worksheet and get help if you need. It talks about exactly what we just said, that the x squared and the x's and the 1 tiles can't all actually go together. We have to write them out separately. If you need help with like terms, go to 432. You can also get a jump start on the homework for later this week. You now have essentially the entire week's homework. Those 2 worksheets, that's it. But do not procrastinate. All right? Have a wonderful week, guys. Happy Monday. Bye. I'm guessing we'll work on 431 at math lunch, because I don't think I have a lot of like past work to do with people, or they need to come to like AO or extensions. So if we want, we can just do like a nice little like, okay, let's start this week really strong. So we could work on 431. Thank you. Is that what was being requested, or I was trying to kind of use her up?
Yeah, I think she just didn't know like what she should work on during math lunch, so that's fine. I can work with her during AO on like some of the other stuff too if she still needs help with it. Yeah,
I'm wondering if, because I mean some of the kids have some past stuff, but if we can get the current stuff at least partly done, then maybe they'll do the past stuff on their own.
She doesn't have a lot of past stuff still to do. It's just a couple problems, so we can get the current stuff done first, and then we'll do that.